Priyanka Chopra Jonas burst onto the international stage when she won the Miss World contest in 2000, a victory that paved the way for a career in entertainment. Born and raised in India, she quickly became a household name in Bollywood with a series of acclaimed roles. But her journey didn't stop there. Priyanka's ambition and talent led her to cross over into the American entertainment industry, where she made history with her lead role in the hit TV series Quantico. In this groundbreaking role, she not only demonstrated her acting abilities but also embraced the nuances of English. Today we take a closer look at Priyanka's English, her use of idioms and phrasal verbs, accent, conversational features, and more.
It was the first time I just introduced you as
Priyanka
Chopra Jonas.
Every time someone says that, my face just goes a little like, wow.
Like,
that happened.
Yeah, I guess that,
The gravity of it, it's like a big deal.
It's cool,
I didn't realize it was that much of a big deal till I did it.
Was it a big deal? Did you talk about maybe not taking his name?
Oh, Jonas?
Yeah.
Around 70% of women in the US take their husband's family name when they get married, according to a BBC report. The custom of male name-taking came from patriarchal history, from the idea that a woman, on marriage, became one of the man's possessions.
No, I always wanted to add his name to mine because I feel like, we're becoming family and I'm a little traditional and old school like that.
Yeah.
But I don't take away my identity. He gets added to who I am.
I saw pictures. Look at this.
Listen closely to how Priyanka pronounced the word identity. It sounds more like American English than Indian English. Her hubby Nick Jonas's American accent is probably rubbing off on her.
Do you have a celebrity nickname?
Oh, you know my favorite celebrity nickname.
Is it taking
I
off?
debuted it on your show.
Did it take off?
No one's taking up my celebrity's name.
What do you want to be called?
Prick. You guys.
Priyanka and Nick.
Prick.
I don't think no one's gonna do.
Two back-to-back phrasal verbs, take off and take up. Jimmy asked if her nickname took off, meaning if it became popular. Then Priyanka complained that no one was taking up her nickname, meaning that no one adopted the name. Also, prick is an offensive word for a stupid, unpleasant man.
Imagine both of us walking out of these curtains open. Would you guys be like, prick, prick?
I don't think you want that though. I don't.
But I think it's so cool and unique.
It's kind of catchy.
Nick doesn't like it.
He
It's
does
not
not
catching
like
on. I'm very upset about my creativity.
It's not catching on. Yet another phrasal verb. It means the same as take off, that is, become popular.
I want to talk about this. You're working on a memoir as well.
Yes, I'm writing a book as well this year, which I'm excited about.
Do you have a title yet?
Yeah, it's called Unfinished, because there's so much I want to do with my life. And because I haven't written it yet.
Yeah. You're still writing the book as we speak?
Continuing to be finished.
Exactly, yeah.
Priyanka said, I'm writing a book as well this year, which I'm excited about. A which clause can modify a preceding noun or even the whole main clause. In this case, the which clause gives new meaning to the activity of writing a book.
What made you want to do that?
I think I've always been a super private person in my life. I've never really discussed my personal side of things, my feelings through my career. And I think getting married, and in the last 2 or 3 years, I found my feet a lot more as a woman. So I felt like this was the right time to sort of delve into things before I change my mind and go back into my shell again. So I'm doing it this year.
I found my feet a lot more as a woman. That is a compelling idiom. If you find your feet, you become confident in a new situation, especially one that is difficult at first.
Can you tell me a misconception Indians have about Americans?
That all Americans are super rich and you can sue anyone here, though that might be true.
Can you tell me a misconception Americans have about India?
That we all have arranged marriages and that we speak a language called Indian. It's like saying I speak American.
Just like people from Bangladesh do not speak Bangladeshi. They speak Bangla or Bengali. If anyone from the US is watching, please take note.
What was your best pinch me moment?
When I heard that I was on the cover of Time magazine as the 100 most influential people in the world, it's pretty pinch me.
What's the most common mispronunciation of your name?
Bianca. My name starts with a P, and it's Chopra, like Oprah, not Chopra or Chopra or whatever.
Noted.
Priyanka made it crystal clear how her name is to be pronounced. She even exemplified it with the name Oprah. Will the Western world now stop mispronouncing her name?
Do you remember your question from the 2000 competition?
Yes, I do. The question was, who is the living woman you admire the most?
Okay. And what'd you say?
I said Mother Teresa, but she was dead. But I still won.
You did.
She lives on in my heart.
Priyanka said, but I still won, pronouncing the last word like one. This is the right way to pronounce it. Sadly, many English learners pronounce it like own. Stop it. Get some help. She also used an apposite phrasal verb, live on, whose meaning is self-evident.
All right, what's your ideal first date?
Fly me to an unknown destination to see the sunset.
What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard in your entire life?
Oh my God, did you just fart because you blew me away?
Blow someone away means to surprise or impress someone greatly. But in this context, where a fart is involved, this phrasal verb seems to have a literal meaning. This is partly why the pickup line is so funny.
Now, if I wanted to impress some friends with some Hindi slang, what would I say?
Okay, cool, let me think. Katale beta. No, katale beta. It means get lost, son.
What's the most American thing you could say in an American accent?
Could I have a skinny almond milk latte with no almond and no milk, please?
As demonstrated by Priyanka, the general American accent is marked by more open mouth movements. This accent emphasizes clearly articulating consonants and vowels. The general American accent is a neutral accent that makes you sound like you are from everywhere and nowhere.
Priyanka, is there anything you always travel with?
Yeah, I do actually. It's right here.
Okay.
This is my mandir. It's a little shrine because I like to pray every morning. So you light a little incense, ring the bell, just to ward off evil and start the day in a good positive note.
Nice.
Ward off is one of my favorite phrasal verbs. It means to protect or defend yourself against something bad. For instance, he stayed home to ward off a coronavirus infection.
It was a huge wedding. We saw pictures, all of us, because it was like the royal wedding or something. How long did the wedding last? How many ceremonies did you have?
Well, it was just 3 days. One Indian ceremony and one Western Christian ceremony, and 1 day of pre-rituals, which we have in the Hindu wedding.
When Priyanka said in the Hindu wedding, she took a moment before producing the word wedding. This is known as hesitation, which means pausing for a moment before you continue speaking. IELTS examiners distinguish between content-related hesitation and language-related hesitation.
Usually Indian weddings are like 1,000 people at least. We had only 200, which was mostly family, because both of us have giant families.
Right. What do you mean it's usually 1,000? Why wasn't it 1,000 then?
Because I think we just wanted to keep it super intimate about just family.
Super intimate, just 200 people.
Priyanka pronounces the word family slightly differently from native speakers of English. The vowel sound after M is a schwa, but she pronounces it with a marginally longer vowel, like the E sound.
It's a good couple. How long ago did you meet? Were you a fan of the Jonas Brothers?
I actually didn't know much about, everyone knew the Jonas Brothers.
Right.
I just didn't know the music. I knew some of the songs, but I really didn't know much about them. In fact, Nick and I both didn't know much about each other. So we did a show and tell after we started dating.
Nick and I both didn't know much. This sentence sounds a bit awkward structurally, but probably acceptable given this is spoken language. Grammar authorities recommend this instead. Neither of us knew much.
Where we showed each other our work from when we were younger, the embarrassing stuff, the horrible things. It was great. That's how we got to know each other's careers.
So then how did you meet if you weren't a fan of each other's?
He DM'd me, actually. So millennial of us.
Yeah.
Priyanka used the word millennial as an adjective, a word that relates to people born between the early 1980s and the late 1990s. She also used the phrase the embarrassing stuff. Some people make the mistake of saying stuffs by pluralizing the word, but Priyanka did not make that mistake.
I got you a wedding gift. Yeah. Even though I wasn't invited to the wedding.
But I told you you were. We were offended. You didn't arrive.
If you don't stop lying. I got you a wedding gift, and I think that y'all are going to love it. I don't know which home you're going to hang it in, because I know you have a couple of places that you...
The second person pronoun you is both singular and plural. While you is used universally, some people may use expressions like you all or y'all to explicitly indicate a plural meaning, just like Ellen did here.
Happy to have you here on the couch as well.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Mother's Day is coming up soon. And this is your second Mother's Day?
Yes.
Yeah?
It'll be my second Mother's Day.
Are you excited about it?
Yeah. Last year was a little... It was a little bit emotional. It was a little different.
When a speaker begins a sentence, abruptly stops and starts again, changing the direction of the thought, it is called a false start. False starts are considered a natural part of spoken language and happen frequently in casual conversation. False starts can happen anywhere, not just at the beginning of a sentence.
She spent about 110 days in the neonatal ward, and it was a really scary time when she was just so little. So that Mother's Day was very emotional, but this time she's like Speedy Gonzalez, like crawling everywhere,
Yay.
bumping her head everywhere.
One of the features of Priyanka's spoken English is that she uses like as a filler word quite a bit. Filler words like like, and are words, sounds, or phrases we use to fill in the space when we are thinking of what to say next.
And you and your mom are really close.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God, do y'all spend a lot of time together?
Yes, my mom and I. We spend a lot of time together. She's been with me a lot especially after the baby, but even before. Whenever I traveled with my work, she would always come with me.
Would can be used to indicate past habits, to say that something happened often or regularly in the past. Priyanka just used this word to talk about a past habit. Here's one more example. On Saturday evenings, we would sit on the bank of the river and chat away.
I know that actors, we are the faces on posters, so people give us a lot of credit, but we're standing on the shoulders of almost like 1,000 people that made this show. Just because Richard and our faces are on the poster doesn't mean that that's how it was made. It wasn't us just magically arriving and everything just happening. This took 2 years of prep. It took writing, rewriting, it took training.
I'm glad she said training and did not use the plural form trainings. Although the plural form is not rare by any means, many people find this use questionable. They argue that training is uncountable and should not be used in the plural.
It is so incredible to see a streamer like Amazon with a female head. She conceptualized the whole thing. She was like, I want to create something which is actual global diversity. When we talk about diversity in America, I think we spend a lot of time focusing on what people, different kinds of people who look different, but we don't really focus a lot on how we sound.
Some English words have more than one pronunciation. Diversity or diversity is one of them. The same can be said of direct or direct, and dilemma or dilemma. From her early triumph as Miss World to her bold leap into American television with Quantico, her journey is a testament to how language can bridge cultures and open doors to new opportunities. I hope her example inspires you to embrace the intricacies of English. If you found these insights useful, please like and subscribe. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of Priyanka's English did you find the most striking?